Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Lewis, Lewis Speaks 2021, and today I want to talk to y'all about tone deaf relationships. And when I talk about relationships, they could either be platonic or romantic. But have you ever been in a relationship, be it a friendship or a partnership, where you just got the sneaking suspicion that the person really didn't understand who you were, didn't even know who you were? You felt invisible, you felt unseen, you felt unheard, you felt ignored and devalued. Have you ever been in one of those relationships? Well, that's the thing about tone deaf relationships. Oftentimes people will pretend to be present and give you optics, but they won't actually do the things that are necessary to sustain the relationship. I'm currently in a tone deaf friendship where I'm deciding whether or not I want to continue dealing with the person. They're not necessarily a bad person, but they're just oblivious and they're just negligent and ill concerned with how I feel. And I think that for me is a deal breaker. That's one thing that's a deal breaker. When people stop caring about how you feel, when they stop valuing how you feel, that's when it's time to reevaluate whether or not you want to continue in the relationship. And that's exactly what I'm feeling right now. I feel like the friendship is tone deaf. Um, the issues are tardiness, constant lateness, constant not showing up, constant, just not being present. And when the person is there, they're on their phone, they're every which way. It's just like they're not present. And I get it. Maybe it's a trauma response. Maybe it's, a reaction to so many different disappointments in their lives in the past. I get the etiology, I get the psychology and all that. But quite frankly, I'm tired of trying to raise relationships. I'm tired of understanding everybody's issues while my feelings are basically placed on the back burner. I'm tired of it. And these tone deaf relationships to me are likened to white people who they hear the concerns of black people, but they don't do what is necessary in order to level the playing field. They'll give us yellow letters on the street, they'll give us a street corner named Black Lives Matter, but they won't give us equal access to power. They won't let us sit at the tables where the decisions are made. They're constantly engaged in these microaggressions that try to undermine our confidence. So it's like, do you really hear us, or are you just pretending to hear us to give us the illusion of inclusion? And that's how I feel in relationships today. Partners, they want to give you this illusion. They want to do everything except what you ask for. You ask for fidelity. They give you what? Affection. This intermittent affection. That's not what you ask for. You ask for fidelity of mind, heart, body. That's what you ask for. But they don't give you that. They give you intermittent affection. Okay. You ask for punctuality. They give you excuses as to why they can't be punctual. They don't address the issue. They just give you excuses and expect you to deal with it. So you get no punctuality. You ask for loyalty. You get, once again, what? Moments of devotion, but never actual genuine devotion through and through. So it's like everything that you ask for, you're not getting. It's like you continue to ask for bread, but they give you water. They give you water that hurts your hungry stomach. You ever had a hunger pain so deep that when you drink a glass of water, it just fell like a thud in your belly and it just caused more pain? That's exactly what these relationships are likened to. I ask for bread, you give me water. It's like there's always something missing. And to be honest, when that happens, you just feel so invisible. It's a real special death in a relationship, if you want to know the truth. It's a grieving. It's something that requires you to grieve because you don't understand why Does the person who claims to love you, who claims to care about you, who claims to be present, why are they not doing what is necessary to demonstrate that? Why are they not giving you what you need or motivated to? Why? And I've realized this also. Truth is, relationships run their course. There's some relationships that will run their course, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with them moving on. And you have to move on. When you're no longer respected in a relationship or a friendship, when you see that people want to waste your time and don't care about how you feel, just completely indifferent and ill concerned with your feelings, you have to make a decision. Do I want to continue to stay here and let the resentments build up and up and up to the point where I'm just going to just lash out? Or do I want to actually take the necessary steps to build new friendships that really honor the person that I am and the person that I'm becoming? That's what you have to ask yourself. And I realize that these tone deaf relationships, oftentimes they lead to so much resentment. I know so many partners that hate their partner. They hate their partner because their partner just completely just ignores what they're feeling. And it's the worst kind of death, as I mentioned before, to be in a relationship with someone that doesn't even know who you are, that gets you gifts, that doesn't even address the person that you are, that communicates with you in a way that doesn't really touch or reach you. You ask yourself, why am I even with this person? And there's another caveat to all this, and I gotta be completely transparent here. I've often chosen relationships out of loneliness as opposed to genuine compatibility. And I've realized that today. Most of my relationships, most of my friendships were the result of deep-seated loneliness. I was so lonely, I didn't care if we were compatible. I didn't care if they liked what I liked. I didn't care as long it was with someone there who just gave me some kind of attention, some kind of care. But to be honest, I wasn't really compatible. And I think that's when the relationships start to run their course, because you start to realize, wait a minute, it was me. I'm the one who chose these people. I chose them from a place of emptiness. I came from a place of deficit. And oftentimes when you come from a place of lacking deficit, you will make some really bad decisions. You know, loneliness breeds desperation. And when you're acting from a place of desperation, you will oftentimes really make some poor choices. I've made some poor decisions in people as a result of loneliness. And that's hard to admit. That's really hard to admit, because oftentimes you want to act as though you were the one who was victimized. You were the one who was hurt by them. But you got to take accountability. See, at this point, I have to own my role. And my role is that I oftentimes chose people out of loneliness. And I've now learned that I need to operate from a full cup. And even if that means that I have to come back home to me, that's more than enough. Because I am filling up my cup. Every single day I'm doing something to fill up my own cup. And that's the key. When you can't find people that you are compatible with, when you start to realize that these tone deaf relationships that you've been in really do not honor the person that you are, you have to come back home, the center. You have to do your work. You have to start filling up your cup. What do you put in your cup? You put in your cup things like self-care, things like joy, things like exercise. Give your body the attention that it needs. Eating right. And that all falls under the heading of self-care, you know? But you also have got to be honest with yourself, brutally honest, and really come to the realization that, hey, I have, I messed up. I've made some poor decisions and poor choices in people because of my lonely feelings. And I have to own that. And I also have to learn the lesson so I don't continue to do that. Because if you don't learn the lesson, you're going to have to repeat the course. And if you repeat the course, you're going to keep on finding yourself in the same situation, dealing with people who are tone deaf, who are hearing impaired when it comes to your needs. So, my thing is this: start honoring yourself. Start checking in with you and what you need. Stop waiting for everybody else to give you what you need to validate you. They're not going to. No one's coming to save you. I want you to know that. If you take nothing from this video, take this. No one is coming to save you. You have got to save yourself. So, with that being said, stop making excuses for people. Stop tolerating people who are tone deaf. Start listening to your own intuition, to your own needs. Trust your intuition. It's there for a reason. It's there to keep you safe. If you know that there's something just not right, if someone's energy is off, and this is my current situation right now, I know that the energy and the vibes are off in this friendship. There's just something not right, whether it's a hidden resentment. And quite frankly, I know what it is. I know what it is. I feel personally that when you are a great person, people are very threatened. They're very, very threatened. While they admire you, they also resent you. You know, you got friends like that. You got friends that basically they admire you on one hand, but they also resent you because of how other people relate to you. And so they get angry about that and they feel threatened. And this feeling of threatened causes them to basically just not check in like they should, not be a friend like they should. And I just feel like the energy and the vibes have been off in this friendship for a very long time. And quite frankly, that right there is my intuition. Now, am I going to trust it? Am I going to ignore it? I'm going to trust it. I'm going to trust it and take the necessary steps. Because like I said, I'm done raising a friendship. I'm done doing the most in relationships, always having a tap dance. Bring the wine, bring the vibes, bring the jokes, bring the joy, I'm exhausted. And you start to realize after a while that you're the one that's in the relationship with yourself. It's never been about the other person. You've always been the one carrying the relationship, if you want to know the truth. You're the vibe. You're dope. And that's when you start to awaken and you start to realize, wait a minute. It was never about this person. I'm really in a relationship with myself. It's just a warm body with some blood in their body. It's just basically like this, a corpse with some blood pumping in their body, but you're the one that's sustaining the relationship. You're the vibe. So why do I need this person? What? To hold the camera? I got a selfie stick. Please. But like I said, stop dealing with tone deaf relationships. If they're not going to check in, if they're not going to tune in, if they have no interest to tune in, that's fine. Leave them right where you found them. A lot of people are not ready for what they say they're ready for. They say they want a good relationship, they want a good friendship, but they don't do what it takes. A lot of people are also traumatized and they don't realize how their trauma is affecting their relationships. So it is what it is. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoys the day today and really begins to value themselves. Peace.